What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of 4 Dummies, and tonight I am joined with the other 3 dummies. I have Mrs. Skullface.
Hello.
I have just one.
Yo, what's happening?
And I have your favorite Facebook group troll, Robert D. Toff.
Hello. I am not a troll.
Tonight we are going to continue on with the collection critique series because we just have so many, and until everything starts taking a nosedive, we're just going to keep on going at it. Now, before I send this one, and I'm getting ready to, so be ready, but before I send this one, I want to let you know there's something about this guy's collection that makes me think that he is a librarian. It looks like it smells like old Bibles.
Dude.
You can't see any of the toys.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's just
Boxes of toys.
it's an archive of look what I've accumulated, which is fine. And the good news is you know, on that fateful day where you should pass, you know, we all have our ticket. One day it's got to get punched. The good news is a lot of this is already ready to go out the door. Like, you just put a price on it and...
Dude, it's not even a display. Like, this is uncritiquable.
I wonder if this is enjoyable. Like, I wonder if this individual enjoys this when they walk into this room and see this.
But, like, yeah, I agree. Is there some sort of enjoyment to the Tetris game that you're playing? And I also wonder if these are custom shelves, because if you look at the L-shaped top shelf that's cut into the...
Oh, yeah, I see.
I don't know exactly what the goal is here other than saying I have accumulated things. Here's a positive. You could buy all this stuff, sell the figures loose, recoup probably 75% of your dough, and then you could have this collection for 25% of the purchase.
That's
If all this stuff is sealed, then I get it. Like, I just need to know if he's never opened it, then you're like, all right, cool, you're a mint in sealed box collector.
Wouldn't you at least want to open the flap? Like, don't a
But
lot of
then
them have
but then
a
it's
flap?
not. But then it's not mint and sealed box. Like, there's a
Seriously?
tape. There's tape on it, so to speak.
What about some of them have Velcro? No, like a Velcro,
yes,
like the old
but
ones.
super. No, super fancy ones. Like Flames Toys has Velcro. If this was mint and sealed box, I still think there's probably a better way to display this. If you're like, look, I want to display this mint and sealed box collection, because I do respect that, but
it's not sideways like a bookshelf.
No,
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like all the
what are you
boxes
doing?
are lined up sideways, kind of like books would be on a bookshelf.
Yes. It's where the Ghostbusters found the first ghost, more so than a proper collection.
Well, it's a proper collection. It's just a matter of...
I said what it looks like.
No, it's
Yeah.
not. No, it's not.
Yeah, I
not
mean,
like
it
that.
is definitely
understand.
a proper collection. I mean,
it's
for
not.
God's sake, it's a big collection, right?
No, this is an addiction. This gentleman has said, you know what? Let's just not pretend anymore. I have a problem, and here's my problem. I don't care about the figures. I don't care to display them. I just need to buy them.
No, but what
That's
if he
it.
cares so much about the figures, like he doesn't want to do it? You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like, I
doesn't
I
even wanna
kind
open 'em?
of, yeah, I kind of get
No,
that to
no,
some
no, no,
extent.
no.
I don't like. That's not my personality, but I kind of get. Oh my gosh, I got this. Like, I'm gonna keep it
This
safe, kind of deal.
This is pure addiction. Like, he's got the red Bumblebee.
But
the
I
red
do feel like he
MP.
could display the box, not this number of boxes, but
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
like,
you
you're
could
not even
just-
displaying your boxes right.
correct.
Man.
You could like
Yeah.
at least put the front of the boxes
Because we
maybe.
haven't really seen a box collector yet. You know what I mean? Like
Dude, now.
right. But what I'm saying is that like that is a different set of challenges, and I think you kind of do need to display them like books. But if you look at this and you think about a proper bookshelf, this isn't that. Like, books you don't stack vertically. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that like the right thing to do would be like, you know, you take one box and you catty corner it, and then you put the other boxes in a row like books, like not unlike we've done with some of the comic book stuff down here.
Right.
You know, you have a lot of stuff and a lot of great stuff, but like,
Man, I don't know. This is a sign of mental illness.
No, I don't.
I think so. This is what I think. I think, you know, there is some instances where you do have some figures on there. So if it is something where you do want to integrate the boxes in with it as well, I think there is a way to arrange the boxes and the figures so it's at least more aesthetically pleasing. I guess I just don't know what the purpose of this is.
I think perhaps a way to display your box would be to actually not open it, but to explode it, flatten it, invert it, and then make it like a diode.
the one other thing I think we need to mention is you got a pink lunchbox on here. I need to know what's in this.
What's in there on the secret cell?
All right,
shelf.
let's move on to the next one. This is brief. This guy likes movie stuff, and you know what? Like,
oh, you know what? That looks
it
nice.
doesn't look bad.
Yeah.
It's a sharp looking collection. Like I would like to see the whole space. He didn't include the whole space.
But they're posed.
But they're
and they're
exactly they're posed.
Yeah.
They're brought together.
There's
They're
about 1,000 of them in there.
yep. You can see them all.
yeah, nicely done.
How about those Combaticons? He
Yes,
actually has them scrunched up.
Yeah, I would spread them out a little bit, and even like if you look at it, like the first one, like it's kind of color coordinated. Like you got the reds together, the yellows together, the little
Right.
blue guy, and then all the silver ones. You know, and then the next shelf, the Decepticons are on the top, the Autobots are on the bottom, and it's kind of the core cast of both. And the next shelf is like the Fans Project Dinobots, which I'm not sure if I've ever even seen together, to be honest. But like I think
they're
they
all
look.
posed.
Yeah,
the
they're
same.
posed. They're purposeful. They look good. and-
No, they're all posed.
I was
the
gonna say
same.
they look like a stance in
I
that
don't think-
particular in the
Nah,
bottom.
I
In
don't-
the
but I-
bottom,
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
it looks-
the Dinobots look bad.
Yeah,
I
me
think
neither.
they
They're
look
all
good.
in the same pose.
Yeah,
it
but
works,
but
but
it
it
works. It works because he.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, because it owns the space.
They look
and-
like they're line dancing.
No, it doesn't. I disagree.
They're doing the electric slide together.
No, they're not. My
Oh.
only criticism is just like spread those Combaticons out a little bit.
I do agree with that. Yeah, the Combaticons. Just and only because how everything else looks so.
and
thought out.
everything else is filling
Yeah.
the shelves,
Exactly.
right?
This is
Yeah.
a very small but focused and well done collection,
What
and
you
there's
do
nothing
there-
wrong with it.
what
Like
you do there with those Combaticons, Bobby, is you got Onslaught in the middle, then you want to have Brawl on one side, then you want to have Blast Off next to him on the right.
in the trash can.
Then you have Vortex on the outlie, and then you have Swindle on the other outlie, and you got yourself a little Pharaoh going on, buddy.
There
Yeah,
you go.
if you move Vortex closer to Onslaught, because I think that part of the problem is that Vortex's helicopter blades are keeping him pushed back, and he wants the shelf to look symmetrical. But if you put Vortex in Swindle's spot and move Swindle to the edge, then you can kind of start broadening them out a bit. But yeah, I think this is good. Let's move on to the next, and this is a heavy on the glass.
Ooh. Oh.
But it's not the worst we've seen of this style. Are those Hasbro figures in a T-Toff? Like, you're taking it to the next level.
Yeah.
Yo, his are customized though. Look, his shelves
what
are like cut
are
in half.
the? Yeah, what are these?
Let's look at this one picture in particular where Triptychon and the Brave Max are on the top.
Okay.
You've managed to put these Hasbro figures in a T-Toff. And what we usually criticize people for is putting Lamborghinis in trailer park garages, and somehow you've managed to invert that, and now you've put
The Ford Focus.
the Ford Focus in the mansion garage.
You put like a bucket of poop inside a Corolla.
Look, the DTOF is a very specific tool. Like, it's the right tool for the right job. But you've treated it like it's a catch-all. Now, I will say that, like, some of the things, like this glass case that you have that has Transformers branding across the top, to me, the Dinobots on the top shelf and the Combaticons underneath, the Constructicons underneath it look good. Like, that's a well laid out shelf, and those shelves kind of fit the motif of that thing. Even though I'm not crazy about those figures, your choices, display-wise, it works.
That's not a detail.
No, it's not.
That's why it works.
The main DTOF display, does anybody know what this thing is in the back? It's like are those meteors? The picture in the back is like a kid's bed sheet.
Yeah, behind. That's why I thought it was like maybe.
No, but I mean, it looks like something that would come from your Transformer show from the 80s. So,
No, it is. It's some kind of transform. Yeah, it's some kind of Transformers, right?
I don't know. Like, I think this is.
I don't like this. I'll tell you what I do like. In that first picture specifically, that little half a wall, like the concrete wall all the way to the right, that looks cool to me.
Yeah, this first picture of like the details with whatever that sheet is in the back, for some reason, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I was gonna
Side
say
slide?
I don't
don't like
hate
it.
that. I don't hate that either.
I
I
don't like
think.
Yeah.
You know what
It's-
sucks is he is super proud of that. That is
That's the holy grail of the collection, that wall.
But shout
I
out
don't
to
think
that
it's
concrete
terrible.
wall on the right, though. Right there. Look at that. The concrete wall jutting out. That's shout out to that.
So that concrete wall is tight. Like, you could do something cool there. Just could do something cool there. But like, if you look down at the bottom, the G1 figures with the box behind it and the box art, like, ironically, that stuff looks better in the DTOF than the stuff that he has in the higher shelves that I feel like he thinks is of greater value.
Yeah, I like that, especially like the.
The Seacons.
In Inferno, the Seacons, the Inferno.
Yeah.
I think that looks cool.
Me too.
I think this whole setup isn't bad. Like, I know it still suffers from the typical detail stuff that I think, you know what I mean? I think having it not solid in the back is kind of an issue, but I don't think it looks bad. Like, this whole setup.
Like Jisk, I kind of like this wall. I don't know about the sheet in the back because it's a little bit busy with all of the other things going on. But overall, I like it. I think he's on to something. It's just he's got to like figure it out. Like he's split some of these shelves, and he's got risers, and he's got are they risers? I don't know.
What about the elephant in the room? Can you mix detolf trim?
Ooh, that's a good question.
No, I'm not a fan.
For me, that's a no, but I'm like picky like that.
That's a good question. I think if you did it in a pattern, it works. Like
no.
I don't know. I think if it was in a pattern.
No.
I don't think it's an issue.
I think probably you should stick to one color.
But I also think he went to IKEA and they didn't have any more of the one he wanted.
And we know those feels.
Right.
But he did that like 4 times.
Get that Hasbro out of a detolf. It doesn't belong.
That's not fair.
I think you're better off putting that Hasbro stuff that you have in this Transformers case that you have these MPs in. Oh, I don't even know. I guess it's just the Panasoid Dinobots, right?
Yeah. I think they're G Creation or maybe Toy World. I think that you have some good shelves here. I especially love, ironically, the G1 ones. Some of the ones where you have like the combiner on a riser with the individual modes underneath, I think looks good.
Before you move on, hold on. That white cinder block wall, brick. Do you notice he's got his bike hung up? What are you doing with your bike hung up next to your detolfs, man?
It's in a clip. It's not going anywhere.
This one is one I've actually been looking forward to getting to for a while.
All right.
So we got some dios.
Jesus Christ.
We do have some dios.
Yeah.
And they are nice.
We got some lights.
I would like to think that I have been an inspiration for some of these dios. And here's the thing. I think that this Stunticon one specifically, right, is in a detolf. And you can see the problem that the detolf creates for a Transformers collection because he doesn't have the lateral space to kind of get these figures across. However, you did a great job on the dial. But I can only hope that you've been following the tutorials and stuff and because it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what's interesting about this? Like, it's kind of the reverse problem. Like, when you look at a detail, or at least for me, and you see it from when you see the full detail, and it doesn't look good, but if you take a picture of each panel up close, it looks good.
Yes.
Like, I feel like this is kind of the reverse of that. So, like, when you're zooming in on each diorama, it seems too crowded. But then when you zoom out and you look at them all in each of their own cubes in the dioramas, like, it works to me. Like,
yeah, well, the Megatron one doesn't look bad to me because it's just Megatron, Starscream, Soundwave, and then little guys in front. Like, that looks good. Nice little scene to put them in. I'm on board with that. The next one with the American flag, that looks good to me too. I do think that Sheridan and Power Glide are the wrong choices because they look a little short for the back row. But the Arc one, this isn't a detolf, and look how much better it looks.
Because you have more lateral space.
Because you have more lateral space, and you've made the appropriate choice for vertical space.
But I mean, he's lit them.
Yeah, good. The Omega, he definitely got to keep his hands in front of him. Like, somebody told that Omega Supreme, keep your hands to yourself.
Dude, that Omega is never being removed. That Omega is stuck.
So he did a dual detolf, and then he put this other thing on top of it. I don't know what the other thing is, whether it's an aquarium.
It's a fish tank.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It works, though.
But it works. That does work.
The way to go might be fish tanks.
There you go.
Dude, that's...
Lots of really big fish tanks.
Oh, that's called the Pirate.
I do like the lights on the bottom of these things. Yeah, I don't think, like, if I'm going to critique it, like, I think it's the lights are my least favorite thing about it, only just because I'm just not a fan of that side of the lights, but I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think this is actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
Especially, like, I'm usually pretty critical of detolfs. I could go into this, and I feel like the Stunticon one's a little crowded. The Devastator, Astrotrain, Shockwave one is a little crowded. Like, I could do that with some of these shelves, but I think that, like, ironically, the Omega Supreme one doesn't look bad to me. The Megatron one looks good. The American flag one looks good. I just think he's chosen the wrong figures for the back shelf of it.
I just think you need to remove those completely. Like, you got a color thing going on in those.
Yeah.
So I do think he just needs to I mean, you just need dials for everything now at this point.
You need risers.
Just keep it going.
Yeah, I agree. And like, we've seen a lot of people do the Autobot and Decepticon symbols in the background, but I think that the kind of realistic foreground with the Autobot symbol in the background, I think that works really well. I'm not sure if this is the cleanest version of it. It's hard to see with the figures in front of it, but I think conceptually, it's a good idea. And you know what it does? It raises those little figures off the ground and starts to fill up that vertical space.
And blocks out the back glass.
Yep.
I don't know if it's clear glass.
Yeah, you're right about that too. You're right about that too.
Look, part of the way that you fill a space is also the way in which your figures pose and then the composition of the posing together. Look, you've got two go-to poses.
Hold on, Robert.
One is the surfer,
let me
and
ask,
the other one
but
is
let me ask you a question.
the gun up
let me
in
ask
the
you a
air
question.
with the right arm.
If the Dio is a California beach, can Megatron surf them?
All of them.
Okay.
All of them surfing.
All right. But
okay, the Stunticons, you got Dead End is surfing, then you got Wild Rider Breakdown, same pose.
There's symmetry there.
It's
like that works. I'm okay with that.
No, the symmetry would be opposite. Mirror image.
Hey, Robert, I got a question for you.
Yes.
What figure is that?
Oh, just.
the Robert D. Tall shelf.
Okay. Beating a dead horse. I want to see a little train with the word Jisk on it.
I need frozen burgers.
Frozen burgers.
I want a Traeger pellet grill.
You are not allowed to put up a picture of our Traeger pellet grill.
If you guys knew how funny this was, God bless.